Hey guys, Dr. Stephanie here, and today we're going to go over some shoulder mobility moves. Shoulder mobility is the ability of your shoulder to move through its whole range of motion. So if you have full shoulder mobility, you should be able to lift your arms straight up overhead all the way. You should be able to lift them out to the side and up all the way. And you should be able to rotate like this, all the way up into the touchdown position and then down pretty far. You also should be able to reach behind your back, not necessarily up as far as this, but definitely behind here and behind your head as well. So we're going to go through 4 shoulder mobility exercises that help improve your mobility. And this is important too, because if you don't have that full shoulder mobility, that can lead to pain and injuries because when you reach up to grab something and maybe your shoulder's a little stiff, you're more likely to feel pain or injure something if you don't have that full mobility. So it's definitely important, especially if you're playing any sports that involve your upper body, tennis, golf, baseball, if you're doing any weightlifting, or if you have young kids and you're picking them up, or really anything where you're using your arms. So most people require a lot of shoulder mobility. So we're going to start by lying on our stomach. And you can do this on a mat on the floor. You can do it on the bed if you want to. So the first one, you're just going to place your hands behind your head and lift your elbows up as high as you can and then bring them back down. So lift those elbows up and come back down. Lift them up and back down. You want to do this about 15 to 20 times, and you can take a break in the middle if you need to. But this is a good way of really kind of opening up your shoulders, working on that mobility. So again, 15 or 20 times. And then we're going to stay on our stomach, and we're going to do something called alternating swimmers. So from here, we're going to place one hand behind our head or our neck, wherever you can get it. So if you don't have full shoulder mobility and you can just get it to your head or even like above on the floor, that's okay. But the goal is to get it behind here and then reach the other hand up behind your back. So here we're going to lift our elbows. We're going to rotate our hands around and then switch them. So lift, rotate around, and elbows down, elbows up, rotate around, and back down. Lift, rotate around, back down, lift. And again, you want to do 15 or 20 of these. Okay, we have another one on our stomach. So we're going to start with our arms in kind of that touchdown position, our elbows and shoulders bent to 90 degrees. So from here, we're going to take our arms, lift them up, rotate them under, and bring them back down like this. So you're going to go up, rotate, up, rotate. This is really working on internal and external rotation. So we're going to go up and rotate down, up and rotate. These I would say start with 8 to 10. You can even start with just 5 and then work your way up to more, because these are a little bit tougher. So you're just rotating and rotating. Okay, for the next one, we're going to come back into a child's pose. So a child's pose, we're sitting on our knees here, arms out straight here. And if this is a shoulder stretch for you, then you can just sit in this position for 20 or 30 seconds. But our goal is to lift our arms up. So you're going to lift one arm and then the other. Lift and lift. I would start with 5 to 8 reps, and then you can take a break and you can do it again. Just like that. And again, if it's too hard to lift, you can just start in this position and just sit here. You may, even if getting all the way down is hard, you can put your hands out here and start kind of up here, and then gradually lower yourself down, and then get into where you lift your arms. But all 4 of those shoulder mobility exercises will just increase that range of motion and really keep your shoulders moving, because I think we lose shoulder mobility as we get older, especially if we're not doing the full range of motion. And maybe you can lift pretty high, but you can't lift all the way. So these exercises will really get that full kind of end range of motion, and that'll help you reduce pain in your shoulders and prevent injuries in the future, and just feel better doing kind of overhead activities or lifting things up or playing a sport as well. So try those. Hopefully that helps increase that mobility and it maybe decreases any pain that you have.